Pogba leaving from Rashford, he strikes. Oh, it's a goal! Staying on his feet this time. Look, they went for Martial! Lovely touch by Fernandez. Cavani! Rashford all the way across goal. What a finish!
Welcome, guys, and welcome to All In, All United Champions League nights.
Hey, David. Good night, man. Nice to have you inside early and locked in, man. That's the kind of support we need. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the kind of support we need right now.
Good times and bad times, huh?
Good times and bad, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, higher faithfuls. Yeah, because a day like today, you know, we could have been talking the cricket side now. You know? Yeah, so that's I'm grateful for the evening inside, everybody else inside. You know, give me a like, give me, you know what I mean, give me some love, share some love. You know what I mean? I guess we definitely have to share some love today. You know, because today was not a good one. Reams, you take it away, man.
So guys, how we go start to talk about tonight, boy? An abysmal performance, an embarrassing performance, because I tell you, I sit on here and a shocking start to the Champions League campaign, fellas. Right, and I think we were brought right back down to earth after, you know, the whole Ronaldo homecoming. You know, I think it's fair to say that the Ronaldo honeymoon is over, right? And I mean, I want to be positive earlier. I want to be positive. And how I ended the last review, guys, you know, with the closing thoughts, if you all remember, I lamented earlier performance. You know, I want to see performance. I want to see, you know, that the team actually growing. You know, we're not waiting for these kind of magical moments from individual brilliance. Anyway, so before we get into this thing, guys, let me just, you know, I gotta keep it on because, you know, I ain't care, right? Some interesting statistics, fellas, right? About Champions League and Manchester United. Oli as manager has overseen 11 games, of which we won 4, drew none, and we lost 7. Today, we play Young Boys of Switzerland, and they had 19 shots in 95 minutes. And anybody want to guess how much shots we had in 95 minutes?
2.
Yeah, okay.
2 shots.
Yeah, 2 shots.
Now, earlier we had Ronaldo, Pogba, Bruno, Sancho, all on the field. And we were only able to muster 2 shots on target. No, earlier we even shoot wide. We even shoot wide. What going on? Anyway, go ahead. Shots, man.
Well, and after today's performance and even these alarming stats that you would have brought up there, Reams, that ain't telling a lie, you know. It's showing that Oli definitely has to watch himself, because when you call the names that you called before, right? The Sancho, the Ronaldo, the Bruno, the Pogba, et al., right? And on top of it, the wages that these fellas going to call for, I can tell you, getting knocked out in the, let me say, the Champions League group stage, right? Only definitely, to me, definitely not good enough, you know. However, we have reached that point as yet, and as I could clearly remember saying last season when we were knocked out, I say it's not the worst team that was knocked out, but the worst coach. And again today, David Wagner, right? He had the worst record in the Premier League for a Premier League manager when he had Huddersfield in the Premier League, the worst record ever. And on top of that, Huddersfield between that season too. But anyway, right?
Well, he knows how to beat us then.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
He has
David
the form
Wagner,
after Ole.
with Pogba, maybe Pogba's salary for the month paying that whole team maybe for the year. And not only beat us, they outplayed us. And to me, that was the alarming stat. That they outplayed us even short. Because to me, only a team with high quality players, if you say Bayern Munich, Barcelona, do we that, even City, I go say all right. But young boys, not good enough.
Not
You
good
know,
enough.
so not good enough.
Not good enough. And
Not good
just
enough.
to add, and I ain't KL, yeah, adding fuel to fire. You know, right? That same David Wagner, he gets Schalke relegated in Germany, yeah.
Yes, that's true.
You understand
Yes,
what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
He gets Schalke relegated in Germany, and he come here and put a masterclass against Manchester United. Anyway, go through Simeon.
I mean, I ain't gonna talk about football yet, but let me say this. I mean, the whole brand of United. I mean, the game come on, all you see is United. You know, Ronaldo's back. All the announcers about Ronaldo, United's back. You know, you just feel like we just got our team back, like our notoriety, like we're back. Like if United back, Ronaldo's back to the old days. You know, you look at the crowd. You had our fans travel there. Hearing Ronaldo singing in the crowd, and it's like, yes, when the team starts playing, they score one goal, good. But if you watch the way they were playing, it's like there was no. I know Kareem talked about this a lot. Like there was no system as far as breaking down that team. You know, like most teams, you see they move the ball from side to side. When we attack, it was like one side, and then kick the ball away, long pass. It's like we had no real system as far as breaking them down. I mean, we looked okay, but there was no system. And as the game progressed, we scored a goal, and that was, we're like, okay, we're good. But there wasn't any real hunger to go and get that next goal to kill the team off. There was no killer spirit we had, and it's just, I feel like young boys, like most teams we play, you see the brand, they see the players, and then they see the football we play, and like, wait a minute. I mean, you realize, yeah, it's a big team, but the football they played is not good. And I think the more and more, we go through the season, we hope that we improve. But teams, I mean, people get paid too. They're all pros there. Every team you have there, just figure a way to win. After a while, you play the same nonsense, people are going to figure you out. And we were unlucky. Well, Osaka was, I don't know what he was doing, but it just more or less sealed our fate because we don't play good enough football to win with, 10 men.
Yeah. Well said. Just getting some names on the inside. Jody on the inside. Thanks for joining, buddy. And Rudy on the inside. And Joselle
Yeah, man.
on the inside. As well, David. I know Nico would have recognized David. So thanks all for joining. And you don't forget to like the videos, share them. When you like the videos, guys, you're not liking the performance of Manchester United and you're not liking the result, right? What you're doing is showing appreciation for the effort that we're making to come out of here. It's hard.
Before Lion, I want to go back to Jody when he said, when were the all holy the players accountable? Jody boy, the players alone, boy, because what I'm saying is these players to me, as we are saying, the stellar cast, right? The stellar cast of players we have, I think they would look different under a different manager. So I don't know if you're talking about directly the red card and how that red card would have changed the game, but it definitely had to be more than the players, especially today. And as Simeon would have rightfully said that if we barely playing properly with 11, what are we gonna do with 10? And to me that had to be down to more than the players.
Yeah. Go through now, Ian.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what to say about that performance today. Before we scored the goal, you couldn't see any sort of as Simeon said, you couldn't see any sort of style of play. And this is a reoccurrence. We don't know what we are about. Yes, you're seeing on paper that we probably playing a 4-2-3-1 or something like that. But everybody just all over the place, right? I know the red card. It affected the game a lot. But one, it shows you one Basaka's deficiencies too, because it was a poor control. He got the ball on his foot and it was a poor control, and he didn't have to go and stretch there.
I was that kind of killer pass too. I don't know what I think, but I find it.
Well, I know you and Reem talk, because Reem said the same thing. But Wan Bissaka supposed to take that ball for himself, but he let it go in front of him, and then he went to try to get it back. And we all know he unorthodox, but he not accustomed playing with Donny, so Donny would hit him a pass. Right? Yeah.
Does anybody else give him a pass?
Yeah. So we didn't see anything. I didn't see any positives today in the team. Right? And I was hoping that we could have crowned young boys today, but that young boys look like adults today.
That's it.
Pressure.
Young boys. Right?
Here, well, before I move on, right? Sinatra, thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying we're putting pressure on ourselves, you know? Hope we don't have to scrape to advance to next round.
The good thing, Villarreal and Atalanta, the draw today, you know, I guess so. We're that far off.
I think we'll make it. Don't worry.
Yeah, I think so too. But my thing is, if we scrape in this group, then in the next round, right? If things drastically change, the next round might be the last round.
Hopefully we buy somebody else, because
buy again, Iron.
Well,
you want to buy again, Batman?
You're keeping Ole. We all know what Ole wants, right? I feel that team, we just have too much attackers and we need some sort of balance, right? Because you have Pogba as an attacker too, and he playing with Fred. Those fellas today that bully Fred all over the place. Fred was just bouncing off a man. I mean, he tried, but we have too many attackers on that side.
I hear what you're saying, Ian, and I don't disagree that the team probably lacking a little bit of balance in midfield, but it's only so far that those kind of excuses will go. I hear you. All right, so probably against let me say an informed prime PSG or Bayern Munich, we could talk about them kind of this deficiencies and how it's affecting the system that we want to play. But now when I line up against young boys, and I had that kind of quality on my team, and here what I'm saying to Iron, I'm not seeing where we're making proper passes, you know, we're not stretching the ball properly, we're not switching the play properly. We're just looking so disjointed as though it's the first time them fellas are playing together, boy. And they don't understand all your help.
We don't switch play.
You know the funny thing
at all.
You know the funny thing about today? I didn't even notice when Bruno got subbed. And for me, the kind of expectations we have of Pogba too, I find Pogba was really losing that ball in the middle also.
Yeah, but Pogba was getting pressed out of the game. But for me, Pogba was the only player who I see wanted the ball and was actually trying to do something with the ball.
Yeah, but sometimes you get the ball and it's just like a stretch to kick it out. Nothing worked today besides the first goal, right? Nothing worked today.
But then again, fellas, right? So let me look at it like this, because I was watching while I was watching the game, and I didn't see where that first goal was coming, right? Because I watching how the team was playing, right? And I wasn't seeing where we were going to break down young boys. And the thing about it, what was further frustrating is the fact that young boys didn't even come out to play low block. Them come to play football.
Yeah.
And somebody noted it earlier. I don't know if it's you, Simeon. Man United, when Man United come into town, it's I don't know, but it's like the brand coming, and then it's have the football, and the football is like, yeah, man, we know how to beat them, man. It's just a matter of employing certain tactics, and Man United beaten. it easy because Oli has been out-coached 9 times out of 10. And the one time he actually coached is because players step up and perform magic, if you understand what I'm saying. You know?
Mhm.
Oli has constantly been out-coached. And something had to do about this now. I was never really on the Oli out trainer, but today hit me different Oli. Because, no, I'm telling you, because watch man. You look at who you have now last season. Watch man, whoever remember, Nico had a big rant last season against, who it was, Nico, PSG?
Yeah, no, that one this PSG. No, I think
One
it
of
was
the Yes, it's PSG and the ball out
that
with
a PSG
Martial,
or-
out with everybody.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it was
remember
PSG.
that.
It was PSG.
I remember
Right.
It was PSG. But I was
And
mad
I-
from since the Leipzig name. The Leipzig
Right.
game. But anyway.
No, the Istanbul game, you mean? The Istanbul game.
No, well, that one, and then when we fall apart in Leipzig, and then we was
Right.
hoping for PSG at point. Right.
Right. So after all that, I was still jumping to the defense of the players and so forth and so on and saying, you know, I mean, yeah, you had a shared responsibility, and I understand that. But when you have Champions League Varane, when you have Pogba, who right now going through some of the best form in his career,
Didn't start.
you understand? When you have Cristiano Ronaldo, you can't be going out and getting outplayed by young boys. All that unacceptable.
Even a man down. That
Even at
should
time,
never
man,
be.
it was disappointing to see us sitting back. But to be honest with you, young boys had the perfect game. They
Yeah, but we
passed.
allow that.
Their
We
passes-
allow that.
Yeah, but their passes were on point, everything. They didn't make a mistake, you know. Only one or two times in the final third they had a little issue, but other than that, their passes were on point. And we, for some reason, we just couldn't break up that play. We didn't do enough.
I don't know if it's the plastic pitch was playing on. I think that would have definitely had an impact. I think it had a big one, but still.
Because in the earliest two, I saw like Donny
was
slipping. I saw.
Yeah.
I'll only blame the Wan Bissaka tackle on the pitch too, but come on, Ole. Wan Bissaka unorthodox, we know that.
I hear what you're saying, Nico, but I go only accept that pitch excuse up to a certain point, right?
Right.
All right, let the pitch be the excuse for fine margin things. Don't tell
Right.
me because you playing on a AstroTurf, we can't make combination play. Ronaldo
Right.
quite there and it have so much space between Ronaldo and the midfield. Only I can't accept them pitch
Yeah,
excuse.
because,
boy. All
because you see was Ole tactics after, right?
Yeah.
Kick the ball
And,
up there.
no, and you see that one is what make me say ole. Your time is near because here why you see how we bad up Newcastle when Newcastle come out in the first half and was playing for time. That is
Just
how
the way
we
we play.
went out there in the
Yeah.
second half and we was looking worse than Newcastle because imagine Manchester United, right? As Simeon would say, this big brand, right? Playing kick out football from the first second in the second half. Nah, that's unacceptable. That had the instructions. That had it nobody at the beginning of the first
Yeah,
half.
was killing time.
At the beginning of the second half, and from that, I said, nah, Ollie's not the man to lead this club to where we have to be. You understand? Because that is a big team mentality. A big team mentality, let me say the last 5 minutes, all right, you're under pressure, you do that. But as you come out from the second half, you start kick out the ball, and then you have Ronaldo by himself doing what? Up on top. But they take him off. We're leaving him on there for.
I'm born Jesse.
But let me pose this one to Simeon here, right? Jody saying here, I told you all already, Pogba cannot play more than 4 games in a row.
No,
And the thing about it, going into this game, but let me, but hear him out, right? Because going into this game, Pogba would have played every game for club and country full 90s, right? So he play every game for Man United, full 90, and he played every game for France in international duty, full 90. You think, based on what Jody's saying here, you think probably Ollie should have got, and he played full game today, right? And then he gonna play full game against West Ham, right?
Right.
You think Ollie missing something here?
I find he looked tired too. He looked real tired.
Okay, you see it, right?
Yeah, so
I don't think so because everybody look poor. Everybody look poor. It doesn't say Pogba alone. So if Pogba alone it look poor and Pogba lose the ball, right, and in the last second and give a young boy man to score, right? Or if Pogba did slide on a man for a red card, or right, or Pogba was playing like Donny van der Beek, then I might have say okay. But no, to me Pogba one of the best players on the field. To be
no, but
honest.
I still found him looking a little tired too.
Yeah, but
Even
still
in
out of that tiredness, he was looking to me one of the better players on the field, to be honest.
But go through now, Simeon, on the question.
I mean, if you really monitoring players like that and they play 9 minutes every game, you should, and you have the squad you claim to have, you should have rested Pogba. I mean, we are a club full of wingers. We have enough forwards to do it. I mean, it's not like if you're gonna play Pogba up there, you can play somebody else up there. I mean, you have Lingard, who you believe so much in there. He starts for England sometimes. Put him up there. If you want to play Pogba, play him somewhere. I mean, in the midfield, like we don't need to put Pogba up there. I ain't gonna be mad at Pogba. He played well a lot. All the games he played for us, he played well. Today, I mean, we know what to expect from Pogba. You can't go a man down and expect Pogba to be, I mean, in the midfield tackling people, and that's not Pogba's game. He tries, but Pogba's not the one. I mean, you would love for him to hold the ball up, and he does that sometimes and get it out. But that hasn't been Pogba's best strength that we've seen in forever. He can do it sometimes. He can get the ball in midfield and bring it out, but that's not his. I haven't seen him really be consistent in that, and that's why we've said that we need CDM, but that's not important to the club apparently. But I don't see Pogba's play being a big influence. If it was, he could always sub him and put somebody else in there earlier.
Yeah, and then to be honest, if we played as we played today and Oli did not play Pogba, right, he might have been in worse fight than he is already.
like I blame him. Oh yeah.
Exactly.
So guys, I know we kind of jumping up and down, going back and forth here, right? But let me still take a look at the team sheets now, the thoughts that we had for the team sheet. Yeah. Let me talk about the team sheet because we talk about the team sheet before, and
right.
And I am gonna make you out of us.
Yeah,
right? Because I message Ian and I say, "Hey, think." He say, "Hey, they food, they young boys." Right? And I tell him, I say, "Ian, remember Istanbul. Remember," he said, "Don't worry about that. They eat food." After we lost the game, I messaged him. He started talking about 10 men and the pitch.
No, I was honest. I was honest because obviously the red card affected us. I mean, we didn't play the way we should have played, but the red card did affect us. That team sheet, I was pleased with the team sheet, but I know we had weak links, and Donny is one because as good as he is, he hasn't showed that for us. Because he's not getting the game time. And on top of that, we're not even sure if he fits in that team as yet. So he was like the only person I was worried about. And coming to think about it now after the game, I don't know why Ole put Pogba on the left, because his strongest position is in the middle. And he could have easily put Sancho on the left and Greenwood on the right.
Greenwood.
Play Pogba deep because Greenwood in form. I think he and all underestimated young boys, and he said, I'll give Donny a chance because all over crying to see Donny, but it didn't work out.
I mean, I don't think I don't think Van Beek play that bad. I think he can't tackle for he's not fast enough to get back and tackle. Like he'll move the ball, but like he has like one of the worst. I mean he can't tackle. Like you see a tackle he's trying to make is like the ball's already passed there, and it's like, and you look at our whole midfield, like who can tackle in our midfield? Matic. After that, the Southampton game he played, I forgot which game it was.
Yeah.
Fred, I don't know what happened to Fred. I don't know what he went to Brazil. I mean, he lost his passport down there or what. But like, he can't play anymore. Like, he can't tackle. Like, every team, every level you see him play against, they're just like, he's just getting like bodied off. And it's like he's not effective anymore. And if he can't tackle, what is the point of Fred? Like, I loved his play last year because he would tackle, get the ball back, and counter attack. This year, it's like teams just knock him, like, just body him around and he just moving through the midfield. And it's like, there's no point of Fred. McTominay, well, I haven't seen him play in a while, so I wasn't big at him before. But, like, our whole midfield cannot tackle. Some don't want to tackle, and some can tackle. So, once you have that, what kind of team do you have? Your whole center is, if you're playing United, who do you fear in the middle? You have an attack, and you have a good
defense.
Back defense. So, but who do you fear in the middle? No one. That's why you see guys just running through midfield and Fred just grabbing on. At first I thought it was just what's the guy from Wolves again? Big guy?
Neves?
Traore?
Traore? Yeah.
I thought it was Traore. Like, well, he's a big guy, it's hard to tackle, but everybody doing it now. Everybody just bodying Fred off the ball and running right through midfield. So we got a problem right there in midfield. No, it has nothing to do with the team play, but that is a problem.
It's have this guy who does, and he was doing like videos and like hacks now, and then he'll come and just show a simple way and do so. You all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's ever meme going around with he just doing so, and a door open and he's in Man United midfield. It's like he can just pass through it,
Yeah.
I expected that though.
But my question, Nico, right? Now I know we've been talking about Donny for some time and what we expect from Donny, but Donny seemed to be, because of where he come from, Ajax. Ajax are a kind of systematic kind of team. They have a system, they have a philosophy, and they fit players into that. So it's like you come through the academy and you learn it. You're sitting in classroom and you learn that, right? Where you play, your position, where you had to do that kind of thing. So you're bringing a system player into a team where, and I mean, I'm just being ridiculous here, right? Just to make a point where the manager telling you go there and have fun, right? Express yourself. So when you bring a player like that into a team where there's really no kind of system, he looking to be in certain positions and expecting other players to be there, for something to happen and for something to build. When you put him in midfield, you're playing with Fred, who still trying to figure out what he is. And then now with Bruno there, Bruno is not the kind of possession-based attacking midfielder. Bruno is ball to feet, look up, swing, right? And hopefully a quick winger will catch it. Bruno is not the type of player to recycle possession. Donny is a player who I see looking for 1-2s, movement, let me transition, let me move up the pitch with the team as a compact unit. That's the kind of player I see Donny as, right? Clearly it's a fitting what Man United want to do. And he looking poor because he'll always be caught out, right? Sometimes when Donny looking for a bounce pass, it's because Lindelof getting it 35 yards back because nobody else closer for that kind of intricacy. He go always look bad, Nico. He ain't go fit. He will always stick out. For me, I started to think earlier that the problem is not necessarily Donny. Probably the problem is the team.
The coach don't know how to play him.
Team.
And he has to wait until Bruno gets injured or a red card to get to play in that position.
He's still in that position.
And
Lingard
he
don't matter because of that position.
But we
even Sancho, you put it.
But we don't have a possession-based team, and this is the problem because I'm questioning when Oli sign players what you're trying to do. Because we always talk about it, Nico. You sign one Bissaka, but then you want to play at a possession brand. That's not making sense. You're bringing Donny, but you have Bruno, and he's the key man to your team, and he don't play possession football. You're bringing Sancho, who's a possession type player. But you want he to be running behind the line, breaking line for Bruno to send long ball for him. Your purchase is not making sense to the kind of football that you want to play. So you have men coming in and looking out of place, men looking like they're fitting in, men looking shitty. What really going on? What is the plan? What is your plan, Ollie? Come on, man. What your plan is? I just always say I like what Oli bringing to the club in terms of, his man management, the kind of how people view the club. He representing the club real good as a manager. And if you saying that you don't manage the team, then to hell with Carrick and McKenna, because guys, it's not working. Bring in some continental managers. Let me develop a style of play that we could be proud of when we watch Man United play.
A tactical manager or something.
I can't keep saying down and waiting
watching
for
Chelsea.
Ronaldo.
I'm watching Chelsea football.
Yeah, boy. I can't keep saying down earlier and watching football and just hoping for Bruno to swing a outside the foot pass for Ronaldo to run onto and score. And then for the rest of the game, we looking like Joe Public.
Yeah, because that's as I hit on the Chelsea thing. When Chelsea played Liverpool and Chelsea went that man down, you saw how Chelsea played, and Chelsea could have even won that game, right? With 10 men, and as Liverpool, you could imagine if we played Liverpool today. I mean, not 10 men. Boy, that's what I got cricket score today.
Thank God we didn't play at Atalanta or Villarreal because surely
that things that I embarrassed me.
Yeah.
But what you all thought about leaving out Champions League Varane? Champions League Varane? What you thought about him not starting the game today? Because I know I was listening to Oli and I'm thinking to myself, well, it had certain players you bought for a reason, right? You buy Varane for these kind of nights without taking anybody for granted. I mean, I know Nico's favorite statement is them fellas reached it because you had to understand they're playing in the Champions League, they reached this, so you had to give them that kind of respect, right? Why it is Varane didn't start?
I had a problem with Varane not starting, definitely, because I know he coming into the Premier League. Maybe Oli would have, and again, it have the tactical people, the technical people that we looking at fitness. Maybe had a bit of a niggle. Maybe he wanted a rest. And Lindelof hasn't been bad on the continent. You just seen the Premier League teams really bully him. But in Europe, he has been very good. So to me, it was a no-brainer really. All right, cool. I have no problem with that. However, I know that at some point, let me say I was hoping he didn't have to play at all. But at some point, if we had to make a change or we had to strengthen the back line, I know Varane was there. So for me, not seeing Varane today against Young Boys, I was just saying, hey, we have bigger fishes to fry. I think the Premier League against West Ham coming up, the team fresh, the plastic pitch, maybe a potential for injury on this type of pitch, keep Varane fresh, and I was all for that. I didn't have no issue with that at all.
Anybody else?
I had no problem with that too. Because as Nico said, he has been good in Europe, Lindelof. So I had no problem with him being selected today.
Go ahead, Simeon.
From what I've heard, the biggest issue we have, why we got Varane, was because of his speed, which Varane could play more higher, right, up the field. That's what what people say, you could play higher up with Varane. So I'm thinking with Varane, you could have played higher up and try and pressure them more, play higher line and try and attacked more, pressured more, and feel more secure in the back. So I feel by playing him, you would have feel more safe to attack more. That's my only inclination, but again, it's young boys, you know. And I say this after we lose, but it's like you expect United to go in there and handle business, no problem, no issues. But like, I don't think, you look at this team, like you can't really, they don't know what to expect from it playing anyone these days. It's like, you look at young, I mean, are they good enough to be a premiership side? Like, talk with their manager and all this stuff. Is like, this shouldn't even be an issue. Look at Backkkkk, that red card. It's like, but it's like, you get to a point where you look at all these results of losing in Europe against these subpar teams that, we could pay with, 1 week's, salary. After a while, it gets old, and all these excuses just kind of like melt away because it's like, it shouldn't be happening. Like, we at some point we need to play our best players and put our best team forward and start beating teams, because at this point no one respects United. And to get that respect back, we have to, beat young boys, play, Varane, play Greenwood, and put 6 on them, and and say who's up next. Because at this point no one respects us. No one really scared of us or anything. So we need to take teams seriously and just go out there and attack, because we can't do anything else, it seems like.
I was looking at something, and a lot of people were clipping it up and sharing it on social media, and we were looking for the kind of leadership that Varane would have brought to the team, right? And European football is totally different from the Prem football. I understand that from a physical standpoint, but also from a tactical standpoint and quality of football. I think teams come out for these games. And playing with Lindelof and Backkkkk, that relationship didn't really work, because you saw so much times when Backkkkk had to either cover because of the lack in communication between Maguire and Lindelof, and Wan Bissaka just had to come in often to cover, and he getting beat on the far post. Not only that, we saw where Varane was giving instruction to Wan Bissaka, and we saw for the past couple of games where we were seeing something working. Now I ain't gonna jump out and say, well, that is a day Varane will never, with Varane, Bissaka can never make a mistake. But if you have a learning process going on, you understand, you don't think you need that kind of voice in Wan Bissaka's head right through, as opposed to bringing in Victor Lindelof, which now kind of allowing him to revert to the same old. So I don't know, right? But when I was looking at some previews going into the game, and they were assessing and analyzing how young boys play, and they have a big forward, and they say the forward quick, but they just also use a lot of long balls to him. So when I saw that, I thought it would have kind of Oli and his coaching staff would have seen that as well, and it would have kind of influence their thinking and how they select the back line, and say, well, hey, all right, Lindelof, and no so is the case, but here we're going on, because of this player's physicality and because of his aerial threat, probably Varane might have been the better player. And then two are trying to develop something between Varane and Wan Bissaka, where we've seen the experience passing on instructions and that kind of thing. I mean, at hindsight, who knows? Probably Varane might have been in Wan Bissaka ears, and that challenge might not take place. I don't know. I just say. I'm stretching for things, but I just say.
You're stretching.
No, you don't know. You don't know. You don't know sometimes what these fellas, the kind of influence these fellas have on the pitch on other players. That's all I'm saying. So I didn't too agree with the Lindelof thing.
Can we talk about that tackle? Because I went back and I watched the game. I was watching Backkkkk play. Like 2 or 3 times, I swore like his touch, like he gets the ball and he wants to carry the ball before he even controls it. Like he always wants to touch. His touch is so bad. And it's like 3 times before the actual tackle where he gets the ball I don't know if he's trying to attack. I don't know if he's trying to prove to Ollie that he can attack. But like he always tries to take the ball somewhere into trouble and then can't get out of it. So I don't know if you guys could talk about that, Backkkkk and his. I mean, I don't know if you want to prove to the fans or Ollie that he can attack or dribble or something, but yeah. What's going on with Backkkkk? Because he was not in it. He was in there. He didn't have to make a tackle. He wasn't there half.
That's not the first time he did that, though.
Yeah, but I find Donny Van a bit set him up too. I telling you, I find.
Oh, God, don't do Donny that now, man.
Yeah, Donny set him up.
One like a wall.
Nah, Donny set him up. You understand?
Yeah, because you don't know your players too. You don't know your players too.
You
If you're not playing with the fella on the field.
We are the training.
You had watch me. Iron. I not even in the UK, and I know.
Nah, man.
I
That's
know
the
one
passes.
Backkkkk have a donkey touch.
All they looking to blame Donny now, man. Man, Backkkkk just have a dog touch. He could have stopped that ball.
Right? That's
And
right.
he put the ball right on his foot. Stop the ball. Look for a pass. You know, he just stand up with the basic pass with the left foot at the side of the ball and pass it off. Like you have a walking stick. Pass the ball. you want to look like a wall. And let the ball come off fire. Nah, man.
To be honest,
man.
no, but to be honest, I was really hoping for Donny to put in a performance that would have said, hey, you know, Ollie, you know, again, it's something to think about. But Reams would have said, well, definitely on Donny's side, I don't think that happened. I think he back in the doghouse, together with Lingard. But as Reams would have said, I think that maybe the system that failing Donny than his ability, you know, because at least to be a top player in Ajax, to be touted to go Real Madrid and all these top teams, and to be at Manchester United, you had to have some qualities about him, you know. And to me, it can't just disappear all of a sudden. So definitely, the system maybe definitely not working for him. And honestly, if I don't see him, me gonna lose no sleep, you know. And I feel like if I see him on the bench, but anyway, all right.
Today was the game for him to show something, but
yeah, and I see nothing on Lions. To be honest, I see nothing.
He was the only one he could really take off today. Didn't have anybody else he could have take off because they're accustomed seeing everybody else, and Ole couldn't put all that faith in Donny to keep him on because he don't play. So he was just unlucky today to be the one that had to come off. So I blame Wan Backkkkk for that.
But hear this, right, fellas?
He must be stronger than Wan Backkkkk.
Sancho too.
I think Ollie, you know, kind of gave up the how to put it, boy. He gave up in the game when he took off Sancho. Now I understand that there's a red card in the game. You know, you're playing with a man down, and probably you needed to make an adjustment to, you know, the players on the field. But that red card came around the 35th minute, right? Nice. And from the 35th minute to the 95th minute, we played defensive, right? There was a load of space between where Ronaldo was and where Bruno was, right? Do you all think that they could have been a better substitution to make? You know, because obviously I know Nico would have said that Sancho had to do better, but you know, sometimes that's just the threat of what a player could do could cause young boys to think twice, because from the time you take off one of your threats in attack with the ability that Sancho have, right? And you bring on a defender, now that defender from young boys don't have to worry about that threat again, so he can come forward. So there is more pressure coming at us. You know what I'm saying? Now I understand that probably you know, Sancho, because he new and he young, it might have been the easiest substitution to make. But I am thinking maybe here what's going on. Let's don't tell young boys that we're gonna keep this 1-0 lead and try to survive. And take off Donny, drop Pogba back, and allow Sancho to maintain that shot, because you leave Pogba up there, but Pogba don't have the pace, right? Pogba don't have that pace, so Pogba will be the one more looking for the pass. And you know Ronaldo don't have them.
So yeah, but then how you say with that play? But then how with that play with Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, and what? Or you're just gonna play?
Right. So
Or what you're gonna do? Back three
right.
or?
Right. So what I'm saying is, instead of taking off Sancho, I want to take off Donny. Right. And I was
Right.
dropping Pogba back inside there. So Donny was coming off for
Right.
Dalot, or even another option, Nico. I'd have said Lindelof, because you could play with right, but because you remember you're a man shot, so you want to have that kind of defensive coverage, because Dalot didn't impress me when he came on, right? So I'd have said Lindelof here, we're going to you play right back, because he did it before, and Varane you coming on in the middle of the park. You know what I'm saying? So my one substitution would have been Varane for Donny van de Beek. I drop in Pogba back in the hole, right? And I leave in Ronaldo and Sancho in my wide positions, and I know Bruno Harlong's like Jason Park, right?
Yeah.
So I gonna let he walk that. I gonna let Trent be working and let Pogba distribute from deep, because I thought after we made that substitution, there's like we give up everything and we allowed, and it was easy to mark off Ronaldo. Bruno, well, as Ian said, he couldn't even see Bruno in the game because we posed no threat, no attacking threat. 2 shots on target in the whole game, you know.
Yeah.
Go true.
But to be honest, that's not what I think. Sancho was very poor before that. So I think
he was. I wouldn't say he was
I
very
think
poor, Nico.
he was very
wasn't
poor.
Very poor. No, he wasn't very poor.
All right. So if you had to rate he and Van der Beek, who was more poor?
Yeah, but you see, I don't cut it in context, Nico. In the position
No,
where
like-
Sancho was, how much ball he really see? How much
He had chances. He had chances to be more
God,
clinical with his
Nico.
passes, and he delayed, and he made a mess of it. He was poor, so I guess Oli would have seen that. Hey, this man wasn't the best. I'm not defending Oli, but Oli would have seen that he wasn't in the best of form. Take off Sancho. I want to give Donny a run.
Sancho does kill the play too. He
but
was
no,
killing the play.
But yeah, understand. You see, I don't understand what our substitution do to the team until we style our football, and well, not style, but to the setup. And that's why we had to start absorb that kind of pressure. But Nico, Donny last 10 minutes.
Right,
Second
so-
half.
Oli tried to give
actually
it to
saw.
see if he'd do something. Go ahead.
I
man.
actually saw what Ole was trying to do. He was trying to use Darlow and Shaw as the wingers, right?
Right.
Pogba,
To play three in the back.
Yeah, play 3 in the back. So it was like a 3-5-1, right? He probably tried to do a counter attack on Young Boys,
Yeah.
but the Young Boys was just good. They were just good today. Sad to say, we were very poor, and they were very good. They were precise in their passing, everything. We couldn't break any plays. He tried. That's what he tried to do, but
Yeah, that's what he tried to do, and I agree with Lions. So we had that point that, all right, second half, you go with 3 in the back, right, with Shaw and Darlow as the wing backs. You know, and that is what he did. You know,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But you need a threat. I mean, Ronaldo can't run like he used to run.
I expect
You know-
him to be on top alone.
You know, like Ronaldo can't run like he used to run. I mean, at some point, if you have Greenwood on the bench and you want to have a threat that could actually run, I mean, Rashford will be the best option, but he's injured. Or you need that threat up front, and Greenwood will run. I mean, Ronaldo can't really pressure pressure them on the ball like Greenwood can. I mean, Greenwood would have been a perfect sub to be up front, to be a threat, and run all day. Ronaldo couldn't do that. And that's one thing. I mean, it's hard to sub Ronaldo, but at the same time, Greenwood would have been a perfect for
Nah,
defense and offense.
But even Greenwood I run to the ground because we had no possession. We had no possession, zero.
That's
So
why
Greenwood
that's
could not-
why
Greenwood
that's
could
why
not-
he played.
This is why-
That's
Greenwood
why.
He could have worked as
That's
an extra midfielder, I think,
Yeah.
and we didn't have that.
Yeah, and again, Eric Lewis had an excellent point there. You know what I mean? Come on. You know what I mean? Packing the bus again, a farmer league thing. Come on. And I want to go back on something here and making crazy substitutions. What that substitution what he made with Fred and Martial, right? So
What was
he
that?
take off Fred, right? With about 2 minutes to go. Right? There's a midfielder, right? Bring on Martial to play him on top, and then you put Lingard in Fred position.
Hold on. What wrong with that?
Nah,
Go through. Finish.
actually, he didn't. He didn't.
Finish.
That is what he do.
Finish.
That is what happened.
No, Lingard just come real deep and
Lingard come deep for the ball. Lingard
He
come
didn't-
deep for
he
the
didn't
ball.
put him in Fred position.
All right. So you telling me he take off Fred
Matic,
and then put a man up front?
Yeah,
You
Matic
forget
and
Nico.
Pogba and the
Matic and Pogba was playing in the
Yeah.
D.
Well, Lingard just get
Yeah, but we
passed
holding
on.
on.
Lingard was playing. Lingard was
Holding
playing.
on to a result.
Yeah, but
We
Nico
holding on to a
understand
result,
something.
and that way it come
Understand
down to-
something. Yeah, but let me put this to you. Consider this, right?
Right? Uh-huh.
You gain a lot of pressure because there is waves of pressure young boys was playing at here, right? You brought on Jesse at the point in time when you brought him on now, whatever, right? All you do all
Right.
kind of madness today, right? But you
Right.
brought on Jesse for the energy up top. But one man can't press. So whatever, right? But
Right.
that was the reason why Lingard came on to run around
Right.
the place. Right?
Right, and that wasn't working, right? And that
Right.
wasn't working, right?
Right,
Good.
but the substitution don't make already. Now
Right.
consider the second substitution with Fred and Martial.
Martial, right?
You have Martial came on with about 3 minutes to go.
Right.
Now this was Ollie thinking. I have no outlet up top who will hold up the ball. Right? Now I want to understand the understanding behind the substitution, execution, and whether it work out is two different things.
Right.
Right? Bruno was already off the field, and he took off Ronaldo. He had Matic there. He had Pogba playing deep, right?
Right.
When Martial came on, Martial goal was when he got the ball higher up the pitch, was to hold up the ball. That was because Jesse can't do it.
Nah.
So all right.
Let
So
me
Was it
finish.
a
Let me
So
finish.
you're
Let me
telling me-
finish.
all right,
Let
go
me
ahead,
finish. Let me
Go
finish.
ahead. Go ahead.
Right? So that situation that happened where I see people blaming that substitution, that not making no sense to me because
Was
at
that
the end
poor
of the day, you
substitution,
have
Reeves?
wait now. Because you're expecting that if the ball go up, that it will stick up there. Nothing was sticking. Nothing
But
was
nothing was
sticking.
that's my point.
Jesse
That's my
was
point
running up and down. Nico.
Nothing was stick. Nothing
Jesse
was
was running
even going
up
to
and
them to
down.
stick. The ball wasn't even
Yeah, but
going
the-
to nobody for it to
Yeah,
stick.
but Nico, you had
So wait,
3
we
minutes
not
again.
pray and hope that the ball reach.
I could
The
finish
ball
up.
wasn't reaching, but the ball
I could
wasn't
finish up.
reaching.
I can finish. Right? Because at the end of the day, you want to try something that will work. You talking in hindsight that nothing hold up. Because at the end of the day,
but that's
Jesse
something
dropped
no
deep.
sense.
Jesse dropped deep. And Jesse make a stupid pass. That is all it is. I don't understand how you could blame a substitution on a man's stupid pass. He wasn't even supposed to be there. What he jumping back there for?
I don't know
So
where
why is you telling
To
me?
me, you're weakening the spine in a wrong time. Right?
I weakened spine in a wrong time.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
a man make
You
a
had 3
bad
minutes
pass.
ago. Because
You,
you had 3
a man
minutes
make a
ago.
bad pass and you
Yes.
That
blame
didn't
a
make no
substitution.
sense.
Yes. No, but they make no. That sub, I find that sub didn't make no sense. To me,
The
that
man
sub
had
didn't
a
make-
plan. The man had a plan. The man wanted the ball to be
but anyway,
held up
alright,
in the attacking third. You understand what I'm saying? That the plan. So the plan was to get the ball to Marcel to hold up the ball to kill off time because Oli
He
was
couldn't get it to
comfortable.
Ronaldo.
Oli-
He couldn't
Oli-
get it to
Oli-
nobody else who was on top. All of a sudden, you get to Martial.
Where
right?
Ronaldo's
Alright,
position
alright,
was.
alright.
Where Ronaldo's
Forward?
position was.
That's why
Ronaldo
he
was
called
biting
Matic.
Ronaldo was biting the line whole game.
That backfire and that substitution and
Yeah,
everything.
all right, it backfire, but don't fault
Again,
the substitution
and
and
what I
the
say
intent
is,
behind
yes,
the substitution because
yes,
one
I'm
man make a
faulting
stupid
it.
pass.
Yes, I faulted it. Yes, I faulted it because at the end of the day, Fred was there. It maybe I had no reason for Lingard to be down there.
So if Fred was there, nothing would have happened, right? Like whole game,
Well,
Fred was there.
I-
The match
Fred
was
might
shit.
have made the bad pass.
No,
but-
no.
You understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it was an
Fred-
individual
Fred-
error.
Fred-
At the
Fred
end of
had
the day,
cleared
it was
ball.
an individual error.
Yeah, it was
You
an
cannot
individual
blame a substitution and an individual error. Like all I saying, I could have seen the
Alright.
intent behind the
I
substitution.
could blame a substitution. I could blame because you know why? Sometimes when a player come onto the field, I just saying, a player come onto the field and not into the pace of the game, they get caught out. And you see it happen plenty times.
Yeah, but Lingard was
Because
on the
you come
field for
on-
about 15, 20
No,
minutes before that happened.
no. I'm talking in general. right? You say you can't blame a substitution. I say yes, you could blame a substitution on a decision on a substitution or a bad play on a substitution when a substitution is made.
I do agree
Timing,
with
the
that.
timing of a substitution is in games is very critical and very tactical in nature at most times.
I totally
I
Anyway.
agree,
mean,
buddy.
I think with Ollie, the issue he had was he made all these subs that pretty much undermine his own team. Like, and he keep having to go back and correct it afterwards. It's like, oh, I have no one on top. I mean, well, you took Ronaldo off and you had no reasonable, person up top to really threaten the other team. So I have to go back now at the end of the game and put Martial back up there because there was someone up there that could do it. I just felt like he had to go back and fix his own mistakes. Like he had no way of like seeing the game how it's going to play out. Like he's just being a reactionary coach and with no foresight as far as what's going to happen later on in the game. I mean, I look at that last sub and I'm like, yeah, that makes no sense. But at the end of the day, you can't make that pass. Lingard cannot make that pass. I want to blame Ollie for it. By the end of the day, you come back there and you make a pass. And Lingard is one of those players that he doesn't really play back there a lot. Like him and Bruno have the same kind of mentality where I get the ball, I think it's before, but my brain process all the risk, I'm going to make a pass. And normally it's in the the opposing third, but normally it's not in its own penalty area. So somewhere his brain so used to just getting rid of the ball because he liked playing 1-2 and run. That's his game. I feel like that same mentality coming back there. Oh, I get the ball. It's right here. I see a man. Bam. Normally works up front, but in the back there, that's a goal. I mean, that's three points right there. So Ali on the hook for a lot of things, but I can't really fault him. Besides him not getting another CDM, but that's another issue.
As much as we have attack and a good attack, we're way behind. I saying that we're way behind.
But guys, the thing about it is this, and I go say it again on you, right? We will continue to have enough in terms of player quality to how to put it, boy, to cover for the fact that we do have a DM. That is my opinion. We can't go through the whole season saying, oh, they should have got DM, or they should have got DM. For me, this issue today was way beyond that one position. We can't hold the ball. We can't even make 2 or 3 proper passes in the attacking third. We can't make no penetrative passes. Oh, 2 shots on target earlier. 2. And we talk about a DM.
Again, it shows you that tactics will always win over freestyle.
Correct.
Proper tactics will always win over freestyle.
Correct. Let me go through. I was watching the game. I was watching the attacking. They attacked on the left hand side. They try that. Don't work. Bring it back. Middle off. Long ball. Attack off the left again. Stick to one side. Don't work. Back to Lindelof. Okay, Maguire. Long ball. And like attack on the right once, but I feel like they tried to avoid the right because Backkkkk was there for some reason. So it's mostly on the left, and it's like switch the ball from one side to the next. And you hardly see us doing that when we play. It's like it's always on one side, and the only time we switch is to get a shot on goal. Like if you cross the ball, yes, because Ronaldo when he scored, Ronaldo was on the right-hand side, like the absolute right-hand side. And when Bruno switched the ball, he had enough room to overlap and score. But if we switch the ball more and get the side moving, I mean, that's not like what you do for a defense. You move the ball around from one side to the next. But we hardly do it at all. We just kind of like stick on one side, one touch on that one side, then go back, hope for a long ball. And a long ball normally, hardly ever reaches. So I mean, I don't know if that's his plan.
Yeah. We're doing same.
Yeah, doing same. Yeah, to be honest, I will blame a sub for a bad play in a crucial moment because mentally, mentally speaking, they have to be equipped to handle whatever pressure is on the field that the coach directed him. If he doesn't affect the game positively or follow instructions, then the player is at fault. All right. So, guys, we on the hour mark, and early days in the Champions League earlier. I mean, as much as we disappointed, and you would have seen it in the mood of the review, we still have how much 5 more games to play. And I think even in Ollie's presser, he said last term we would have won the first 2 games, and we didn't make it. All right, so I guess what he was trying to say is, let me do throw all the toys out of the pram and thing, So
Early days.
I guess we need to vent because I see real rubbish today, and I've been talking about this for a while already, and I'm seeing the improvement. But early days. So hopefully next game is against Atalanta at home at Old Trafford. Let me see what happened there, right? We hope, we'll get some nice football and beat Atalanta.
And both teams draw today, Villarreal and Atalanta. So again, things is not as bad as it would seem. But what we want to see is proper football now. We want to see football that wouldn't just scrape us through the group, but will challenge the other teams when we get to the next group. We don't want to go to the next group thinking, well, how we playing there, and we draw a Bayern, we don't have a chance. We must be saying that, hey, with the quality of football we playing, we could run toe-to-toe with our Bayern Munich. We could give Bayern, we could give PSG, we could give somebody a run. And if they beat us, they beat us. But you know what? We're playing good enough football to give them a run. And to me, that's what we want. That's what we want.
Yeah. So I guess that is it for tonight, guys. But we have West Ham on Saturday. It's Saturday or Sunday? Sunday. And West Ham without Antonio. Now West Ham, a good team, then in some nice form. They're playing decent. And I remember Nico last season. This West Ham that we've seen that playing so good. For some reason, when they showed up against Man United, they were a real poor team. So let me hope that carry over into this season, because we need to bounce back. Now, whether that will be dependent on how poor the opposition is versus how good we will be in terms of needing a reaction after today, that waits to be seen. But what are your thoughts about the game on Sunday? How you all feel about it?
For me, if we really want to challenge the Premier League for the Premier League title, West Ham could be on the best day, right? And we should be rolling over West Ham. We shouldn't be hoping that West Ham have a poor game and we end up winning the game. Because anytime that the case where we had to hope for West Ham to have a poor game for us to beat West Ham, then we are not going to challenge for the title. And I really hope that we'll be challenging for the title this season. West Ham without Antonio, yes, that is one of their main goal threat. But even with him in the team, I think we should be going and play against West Ham, looking for 3 points, because Liverpool go and play them, City go and play them, Chelsea go and play them. They're thinking nothing less than 3 points with the best players playing at the best.
Yeah. Simeon?
I mean, at this point, it's more about statements. I mean, I'm trying to see it. I mean, we try and get back that swagger that we lost today. This whole Ronaldo thing. We had Ronaldo, and that was supposed to carry us through the season. I mean, try and get it back. I don't care if Ronaldo has to score 3 goals or we score 5 goals, but we need to get back. Some sort of respectability in the league, as far as we just lost. We need to come back and show teams that we are forced. I mean, I think it's half the game is mental. Like you show up at these games and you want to, a team looks at you and how you come in, can really affect how the game goes. So.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, well, hopefully we bounce back from that shambolic performance today. So we need to have the right tactics. Well, sorry about that because Ole doesn't have that. We need to play the right formation. And hopefully we get the vibes Ole looking for. Because it's not about tactics, it's about vibes. Hopefully we have Scott back, and I'm not sure if he would be back this weekend, but I think we're missing his work rate in the middle. And we could get Cavani too. But I think we could probably beat them. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there's a next trap we just fall into earlier because McTominay not there now, boy. So right now McTominay is looking at the savior now. You know? Everybody calling for McTominay. McTominay, if he was the boy, way.
Yeah, no choice. Because look at Fred. Look at what Fred doing.
No, but what I'm saying, right? The way this team is now, boy. It's like, can I be the reverse? And McTominay would be inside, and Fred would have be the one I would be saying, way, boy, Fred, boy. Fred, boy. Yeah, we want Fred.
It happened before.
Yeah, so watch man. I tell you, this team is a real pain. But I really do think that them fellas and them, you know, go give a good response. They know it. You know, they know that today was not good enough. Right? No excuses. I'm blaming Oli just as much as I'm blaming the players, because at the end of the day, Oli had to go out there and represent. And whether Oli tactics was rubbish, them was crap too. Shit.
Yeah.
You know? Damn it, boy. I can't understand. I don't understand.
We had too much quality in this side to be playing like that.
But in all fairness, man, they got a US international, you know, striker on their team, right?
Come on, man. Don't do that now. No US player shouldn't score against United, man. I know I'm in the people country, but gosh.
Let me read this one for Reem. Reem, when Marshall came on for Fred, subsequently Lingard was clearly instructed to go deep and certain for Fred. It is what it is regardless. Yeah, definitely that's what happened. It is what it is regardless. Lingard made a dreadful back pass, right? The worst part of this defeat, we may have lost the Ronaldo New Wave signing. When you sign in Wave, keep up the good work, enjoying the content. Yeah, man, we appreciate that.
That Wave would have go someday, man. We can't ride that all the time.
Jody saying Ronaldo blew them out in the dressing room from what I heard.
I hope
eggs and oats and all kind of thing.
But wait now.
You can hit all your color too. Hit all your color and you want to say, hey, what foolishness are we playing here? Yeah, that's
I didn't come here for that.
But why Ronaldo didn't score? Why Ronaldo didn't score that the 1-1?
Why he threw on himself though?
Yeah, why?
Good chance in a way. I say goal.
And that was similar. Ronaldo, man. And that was similar to what he scored against Newcastle. So I thought he was going to let go, you know, but he was looking for penalty. But watch me, I fatigued too, He was tired.
Yeah, remember you running out by yourself there.
Yeah, he was tired. I fatigued.
He didn't bring no Herbalife today, so you know.
So guys, I mean, so it real funny because we are the top of the Premiership and we are the bottom of the Champions League group. Anyway, but
early days.
Young boys now winning another game, man.
Yeah.
Young boys now winning another game.
Well, we go see because Nico making excuses for the turf in Switzerland. So I want to see if VRL go there and have a disaster class. I want to see if Atalanta go in there to have a disaster.
Yeah, they're gonna
they're gonna beat Young Boys bad.
What? Just we play the fool, and then we're gonna beat Atalanta. And you want to know where this United was last week?
Yeah. No worry.
You see,
what's man? When Young Boys come to Old Trafford, I saw it.
Yeah, they'll go feel
especially
it.
with that crowd.
They'll go feel it.
Deal with it.
Yeah, nah. I want nothing less than 5.
Hopefully Rashford will be back. for that.
For the return leg.
He should be back, yeah.
Jody say we will destroy Young Boys when they come to Old Trafford.
For sure. No doubt.
So guys and everybody in the comments, thanks very much for joining. We know the review was a kind of tough one today. You know, the loss really kind of put a damp on, you know, the mood since Ronaldo came on board. You know, and I know he with his standard, he will require more of the team. You know, he will require more of Oli as well. You know, so I looking forward very, very much to see the response that we'll get in that West Ham game. I think West Ham, if Moyes know where he had to know, he can just say they ain't showing up. They ain't showing up Sunday, you know. Take the 3 goals and 3 points, you know. Because I mean the Man United that gonna show up on Sunday gonna be a real ruthless group, you know. So at least that's what the hope is, eh? You know, Jody saying we might find when we win the live fast. Yeah. That is normally happen.
That's how it does go.
That is normally happen. But I mean, the faithful Man United supporters go see through and through, win, lose or draw. You know. So guys, thanks again for joining. You know the content and the review. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for liking.
Before we leave, Young Boys beat Juventus to the same result with Ronaldo in the team. Huh?
Wow.
Ronaldo is the zombie then.
Ronaldo is a curse. He should have never played. That was in 2018 actually. Yeah, they beat them 2-1 at home.
But my only question to you is this, Iron. Result is one thing, but performance. I didn't mind. I mean, I'd be upset when we lost, but the way we play, like.
Yeah.
Woo! Tell me Juve didn't play that poorly.
Well, Juve is a poor team, to be honest. In general, yeah.
I don't know if any team could beat this performance.
Nah, this performance is horrible.
Yeah.
Alright.
Anyway, guys, so it was nice. Thanks again. Don't forget also on YouTube to subscribe, like, share, comment here, do all the things to get the content out, guys. We appreciate it. So we'll see you on the next one.
All right.